Needless to say, we have a lot to talk to our next guest about. Republican hopeful Senator Marco Rubio joins us now. Senator Rubio, good morning. Good to see you, sir.
Good morning.
Let's talk about that debate. You really let Donald Trump have it, calling him a con artist, calling him a fraud, saying he doesn't really know much about foreign policy and seems totally uncurious to learn. But then something happened at the end of the debate. You rose your hand and said, yes, if he's the nominee, you will support him. How do you square those two things?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, that's the quandary that we're in, right? Republicans feel that Hillary Clinton would be a disaster to the country. That's how bad she is. I would look at that as a reflection of how bad she is, not how good Donald Trump is. Look, that's what I want us to avoid. I don't want us to nominate someone that people have to be asked this question about all the time. If this was anyone else, if any other candidate that ran for president this year would be sitting in the position Donald Trump is today, that question would not be coming up. There is a reason why that question is being asked, and that is because there is a significant percentage of people in our party that will never vote for him, that do not want him as our nominee because he's vulgar, but also because he has no policy ideas, and the ones he has outlined are either dangerous or unserious.
Fair enough,
we're
but
in a real bad spot here right now.
Right, I hear you, but when push came to shove, you said you'd go into the ballot box and vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah, I know. I'm not voting for Hillary Clinton, and so I get it. Look, I understand your question. It's not. This is the tough spot that I want us to avoid. I don't want us to have a nominee that people have to settle for or make excuses for why they voted. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. And the only way to do it is to unify around a campaign like mine, because I can bring this party together and I can grow it. And we're not going to be able to do that under Donald Trump. We're going to be answering this question in October. And if this is the mood in October, we're going to lose to Hillary Clinton. That's why he does so poorly against her in the polling.
Let's talk about Governor Romney, who endorsed not a candidate but a strategy in his speech yesterday, saying, look, do anything to stop Donald Trump. Vote for Marco Rubio in Florida. Go for Kasich in Ohio. Go for Cruz anywhere you think he's going to be the winner. Is that your strategy, too, right now? I mean, are you, in essence, saying the best I'm going to be able to do at this point is get it to a contested convention where we can settle it there?
Yeah. No, look, my strategy is vote for me in Florida, but vote for me everywhere else, too. I mean, I want people to vote for me everywhere else. This is not about a contested election, per se. No one is aiming towards that. I think the reality of it, if you sit delegate math is, if things continue the way they are now, and they may not, but if things continue the way they are now, it is going to be very hard for anyone on this ballot to get to 1,237 delegates. That doesn't mean a brokered convention. You could easily have someone that really gains steam down the stretch here and has a large number of delegates and brings everyone together who agrees. But this is a very unusual race. There's a lot of anxiety in the country, and Donald Trump has taken advantage of that to try to pull off the scam job where he's portraying himself as something that he's not, and has injected a level of vulgarness into this campaign we've never seen before in American politics.
Well, let me ask you about that, because I'm sure you noticed at the debate last night there was a lot of talk about the size of hands and what that correlates to, and I know Donald Trump is no stranger to an insult, but after all, in fairness, Senator Rubio, you are the one who introduced this particular insult into our political discourse. Are you sorry you went there?
Oh, no, please. I mean, Donald Trump has now spent a year doing this on a regular basis. In fact, there is not a speech or debate that Donald Trump does that he doesn't personally offend or try to offend somebody. I said something one time to a guy who needs to be stood up to. And by the way, in response to an attack against me, I didn't do it last night. I didn't do it repeatedly. It happened one time because the guy is a rhetorical bully. He goes around mocking the disabled. He makes fun of minorities. He makes fun of women. He makes fun of journalists. He makes fun of the other candidates. And even last night, he was asked about foreign policy. His response was a personal attack against me. And this is going to be the nominee of the Republican Party and the President of the United States? I mean, what he has done, he has turned the most important election in a generation into a circus and a freak show. And I want that to end, and I'm going to continue to work for that to end.
Senator Rubio, can hear it in your voice late night, early morning. Thank you for your time. We do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.